Yo, what up?
What up?
Thank y'all for joining in. I'm sorry for the crispy crunches.
Sorry to keep y'all waiting. We technical stuff, man, all the time, every time.
You know, it happens.
We have Ebony J show running perfect. Everything's loading perfect. And we get on here, trash. I don't get it.
They only want one show per day. That's all they want.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that might be what it is. Maybe I gotta close out everything, come back in. I don't even know what's going on.
But I'm glad y'all here. You know, at least y'all could hear us. We don't got no intro today. It's been I don't know how many shows since we haven't had an intro.
Virginia, falling off. Virginia said my voice is trash. Oh, it's terrible.
Well, it was at first. Now it's cool.
How's it now?
It's
Maybe
cool.
maybe there's a I don't know. What's it? That's because you know, technical stuff, man, all the time.
Yeah, if you stay in front of the mic, he was cool. But I think he was a little bit like talking over it or something.
I had to switch mics. And I don't know. Hopefully it's better. Regina, if it's better, let me know.
But thank you for tuning in, though. Letting us know. Some people would just be looking at the show.
Not saying nothing. Angel, of course, thanks for joining us. Top fans
Top fans coming through. Appreciate it.
Want to zoom out a little bit to the background. Y'all know I see what's back there. Y'all know what's going to happen tonight. You know what's going down.
No, you should put a picture of the Heinz Field.
I'm not putting that.
Let them know we're pulling up.
In good faith, I can't do that. I'll put the Browns up there in a minute, though.
Like, as soon as the show over, I'm gonna pull up to Permanente Brothers. Give me a panini. I'm sure you're ready for this ass whooping.
What's better? It's I mean, it's been a long time, man. Let me see. Virginia said it's better, but still quiet. Virginia, your volume up? She said Heinz Field blowing up. Yeah.
Just like the Batman movie.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'm gonna have to find that clip and post that all over social media. Forget them for sure. I'm going. I can't get nothing to work over here, man. I can't get nothing to work.
If you want to be an intern, be an audio engineer, let us know.
Yeah, I need right. That's right. That's what it comes down to. We need interns. My notifications wasn't popping up. Like, I don't know what's happening.
Look, we're still gonna have a great show for y'all. I don't want you to think that the technical difficulties gonna stop us because we're professionals. We've been through worse. Was on a computer from the 90s, and a USB headphone, and Epiphany radio day. So
yeah, we used to. Yeah. If you think we don't got it together now, just go back and listen to those old shows.
That might picked up everything, anything and everything you said. That might picked it up though.
I remember people was like sitting on the couch, like you can hear the couch moving in like the background. You can always go listen to the old shows on. The Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all that stuff. I think it's on SoundCloud. You can go to YouTube, Epiphany Radio, all that. Virginia said you got a pretty hoodie, man.
Oh, thank you. I most definitely appreciate it. This is the only place you're gonna see it. But speaking of hoodies, if you want a hoodie, not this one, but if you want to you still get a raw one. Let's say, it has the Epiphany script going across the chest. You can get it in black, heather gray, light gray. But if you want a special color, just let us know. We can put that together for y'all. Just order it. We'll put it in the comments. But right now it's 29 or 2 for 50. So if you go to our Facebook website and you click on the link in there, then you click that link and it's a hyperlink and it'll take you to all our links. But the first link is our store. And you click on our store and you'll be able to go through and decide what you want. But those hoodies are 29 or 2 for 50.
Shout out to Mr. Allen.
But if you're on our Instagram, it's the same thing. The link is in the bio, et cetera, et cetera.
Virginia said, I have a tight tee. Thanks to Angel. I don't know if you mean like the shirt is tight or t-shirt is what you was trying to write. I don't know. But yeah, thanks to Angel. Sending out gifts to top fans supporting other top fans. I love it.
Yeah, most definitely spread the word about us. Any way y'all can. And trust me, we will always remember the top fans. Like, trust
sure.
me. So if you want to become a new top fan, that's cool. But we'll always remember the originals.
For sure. We got nothing but love. Andrew said, "You got money on the game tonight?"
I don't bet. Like, I don't bet like that. No.
Yeah, I don't gamble. I'm anti gambling.
Like, because with betting, you can't bet with your heart. But if I wanted to make sure I got my money back,
You bet Steelers?
I don't even know what the spread is. Because okay, if the Browns lose, they're gonna lose. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be a close game. So I'll probably, but it depends on what the spread is. I don't know the spread. I know they're giving. I know they're giving the Browns the plus. The Browns got the plus on them for sure. But I don't know They have if they're playing in Pittsburgh, they gotta have the plus on them.
Well, you would think that Pittsburgh would have it because they at home.
No, I'm saying the plus. The plus mean that you the underdog. You got the minus. The minus you the team that's supposed to be winning.
See, I'm telling you, I don't gamble, so I don't know. I don't know this.
But it got to be a small margin. Like I don't. I say a field goal. It's probably +3.
So right now they got the Steelers -5.5.
Oh, I'm trying to say the Steelers. Yeah, it's gonna be a close game. Then see that. See, I don't know if they can cover that, so I might have to go with the Browns.
I don't know what none of that means. I feel like a square, but I don't. I don't gamble or play cards. Like so, I don't care. Virginia said I'm wearing it to my next Cleveland appointment. That's a good idea.
Oh yeah, it's a great idea.
Wear that Epiphany Media gear. I like it. Angel said that's cool. Virginia said I think we need some extra help.
Well, we need this award
for gambling. Extra help for gambling insight because I don't know.
Why are we talking about the Browns? If you're talking about the Browns, yeah, we need this award for sure.
I don't think we're a Browns fan.
No.
I mean, maybe.
Tom Brady, he won barely.
Hey, Tom do his thing though. The Patriots ain't make it, so somebody had to. I wonder if he just rub it in all the time.
Oh, I mean, I think Belichick hate Brady because Brady didn't took Gronkowski, and he took Antonio. Well, Antonio Brown, they let him go, but he got Antonio Brown back. So
you think it just Antonio Brown been playing too. That's the part I hate. I know y'all don't care about sports that much, but Antonio Brown been playing. Tampa look decent. They said if the Saints lose, I think the Saints are playing now. If the Saints lose, uh, people are already saying that Kansas City gonna win back-to-back championships. You believe
Uh,
that?
no, football hard
Yeah,
for that.
yeah, right. Because Tom Brady is still Tom Brady, even though he in TB. You know what I'm saying? You can't count him out. You know what I'm saying? And he got a bona fide wide receiver in Antonio Brown. Like, you can't do it. You just can't do it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Regina said, I kind of think it would be more fair if Ben had to sit out since the Browns are missing their coach. I agree. Well, I don't know. Because the quarterback, the last game of the season, he was kind of lighting us up. Ben Roethlisberger can't throw right now. He got that bum rapist arm where he can't throw over 7 yards. You know? All this raping magic is faded, I guess. So hopefully, hopefully that'll be a good sign for us going forward. Hopefully, Regina said, "I do like the Browns." She said they were talking about Julian Edelman leaving to go with Brady next season. Bill Belichick will flip. He'll flip out, man.
Hey, but he might though. Like, I mean, come on. Like, you got the quarterback that's gonna find you all day, every day. Come on, yeah.
I ain't saying it would be bad,
And you
but
playing in Florida, weather good.
it's warm down there, man. It's warm.
You'll be on the boat, on the beach, kicking it. What you gonna do in Boston?
They've been there for a long time now. I'm sure it's something. I'm sure they got houses or something.
They probably got a rental house. They pay, that comes fully furnished. They pay the rent up until the season over with February, and then they leave, go to probably Miami, kick it and train until next season.
Just leave until next season.
Because if I'm in the league, I'm not buying a house. Like never would I buy a house like in the city that I'm playing for.
Never.
Never.
What are you like a franchise player? You gonna be there for, like certain people like Drew Brees, like he ain't going nowhere. Tom Brady, like they wasn't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like you would never buy a house.
Like Tom Brady, you thought he wasn't going nowhere, and then he
Yeah, he
had to
was
sell his house. He probably had to sell his house.
yeah, but he was there for like 20 years though.
Yeah. I mean, I can be there for 20 years, but I know in the back of my mind, it's not a city where I want to live.
What if it is a city that's want to live? A lot of people come here and play for the Browns, and then they leave, and then they be like, "Oh, I want to raise my family in Cleveland because Cleveland dope."
And it's cheap.
Right. Well, I'm sure that got something to do with it. Then they end up coming back. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I'll buy a house, and once I sign like a long term contract, like a 5-year deal or something like that, even though it ain't guaranteed, that means at least that you're gonna be part of their plans going forward for the next couple of years.
Yeah, see, look at Tristan. When he signed that 5-year, $80 million contract, and the last year of his contract, they shipped him out. Now he had to sell that house for $3 million.
That's fine.
The
You
house
rich?
is raw, by the way.
Yeah, you rich? You're fine. It'll be all right. Virginia said our past fan page are talking about picking up Jimmy G. Let him go. Let him go.
Garoppolo.
Let him go. Go draft somebody. Y'all ain't make the playoffs.
They don't have a quarterback right now at all. Cam not coming back. Cam might be out of the league. I don't know.
Cam, maybe. I don't feel like Cam did like a terrible, terrible job, but he just can't pull out that system. And they signed him late. It's a COVID year. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of stuff that go into it, but yeah, Cam ain't look great. but the Patriots they didn't make the playoffs because one, they don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? They signed Cam Newton for $1 million. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's it. They don't got no money. So next year they have more money to spend. Half of their defense, like 8 of their 11 starters on defense, all said that they wasn't, playing this year. They all opted out.
No,
There's
damn.
a bunch of stuff that go into it. It wasn't like Bill Belichick just forgot how to coach. You know what I'm saying? But Regina, don't let Jimmy G go.
No, he never coming back. Like, yeah, San Francisco,
Because what you gonna do?
relaxing.
You gonna have him come back like Brian Hoyer and just draft somebody at this point.
Oh, you know what? Well, they not gonna get him, but they could have got a dude from Clemson. But I don't think that's a Belichick type of quarterback, though.
I don't know. I, Quarterbacks are so hit or miss. Like not many of them pan out. You know what I'm saying? How you expect them to? Because playing like a college system like Clemson is real fast and you know what I'm saying don't got nothing to do with like when you get that language in the NFL. They like speaking a whole different language, man.
And as a quarterback, you gotta make pre-snap reads every time, every snap. And if you can't figure that shit out, like you're not gonna succeed at all.
You got people that play in the NFL for years, like in the NFL, pros like for years, and they go to New England, and they're like, it's too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get the language down. Who was the dude that was here? Like Andrew Hawkins, right? Like he played a bunch of years in Cincinnati, a bunch of years here in Cleveland. He went to New England and then like retired. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, Chad Johnson went to New England and then ended up getting cut because he was like, I couldn't. I mean, he played a couple games. He like I couldn't get the system down. Like I don't even know what they're talking about. Like it's that complicated over there. So it's a whole different. It's just a whole different
Hey,
situation, man.
what do you think you have to have a better IQ in, like basketball or football?
Like just overall,
Yeah, overall, like know what to do in certain situations.
probably football. Probably football.
How so?
And I say that because so how many people is it on? You five people on the court, right?
Yeah,
Versus 11. That all you gotta know you gotta have some kind of a semblance of what the person next to you doing, so you can do your job effectively. You don't gotta know everything, but you gotta have some kind of recollection of what they're gonna do. Otherwise, it won't work.
yeah, but basketball is a faster pace of football. Like you don't have time to huddle up, figure out what you want to do next. You gotta call a play on the fly sometimes, or call no play and just play the game of basketball uh, and do what you're supposed to do naturally.
Yeah, but
Like,
how many
huh?
how many basketball courts are there everywhere in the hood? I'm not saying they're good, but at the end of the day, if it all break down, you can just go play basketball. Like you don't have to be smart, nigga. You put the ball into the hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh,
even if it's just one person stand, even if they do the LeBron where everybody just stand around and watch the one person, like at the end of the day, if it breaks down, like at the end of the day, if your left tackle break down, like then what? The quarterback getting killed. If your center break down, then the snap don't get like you know what I'm saying. Like all it takes is one person to completely destroy uh football, like a football play. Where basketball, if you got a broken play, you still can have somebody. You got one individual that's just great, or Steph Curry that's just putting up half court shots and making them. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? For football, if you got one person that don't do their job, potentially that's it.
yeah, but if you got a point guard, well, actually, back to LeBron. LeBron, your point guard, and if LeBron drives to the hole, and uh, LeBron drives to the hole, and a person who's guarding somebody in the corner, they they come over to double you, and LeBron don't pass the ball like he should to the corner, then you're not gonna do nothing all day because you got somebody stupid that don't know what they're doing. And this happens like when you go play we go to an open gym, you go to a playground court, you see it over and over again. You just be looking like, what the fuck is you like? What are you doing? Like,
No, I agree with that. I'm not saying that you can be an idiot and play basketball, but all right. So, so look. So this was a question, and then we're gonna start the real show. So somebody had said this was a while ago. Somebody had said like uh kind of like what you were saying. It's like what sport would you what sport would you? What sport could you fake being a pro at the longest before like you get found out?
Oh wait, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one because you can't go out and play basketball. You can't act like you're a pro playing basketball and not be found out quick, like
That's
very fast. You're gonna be exposed. Football. I mean, you could throw on a pad like for me, I could throw on some pass and act like I'm a DB and shit, something like that. But then on that,
but like what? So
if
like
but if, yeah, but if I'm matching up against shit any fucking receiver in the league,
that's what
it's
I'm saying. Like yeah,
it's gonna be found out quick that throw it to him every one on one, throw it over there.
so I don't even know what it could be. Maybe like I don't know what sport. Like not even just choosing between the two. Like I don't know what sport can be like where you can just fake, where you can just like fake it the most. I don't know.
Hey, maybe bowling because it's like there's no prejudging you
That's true.
before you throw, but then during the game they gonna find out
Like I found out, yeah, for
very
sure.
fast that you shouldn't be there.
So when you,
Tennis, no, you can't fake that.
yeah, like when you bowling, your first gutter ball, you gotta be like, cramp. Like you gotta scream out something to let them know. Let me see. Virginia said, "I love football so much. I literally am sad after the Super Bowl because you know it's off until September. Uh, yeah, the NFL do a good job now of they drag out everything though to kind of make it. I mean, the pandemic year is kind of weird, but
Yeah.
they'll drag out the combine, they'll drag out free agency and training camp. They'll try to make it. They'll try to take over your year, so at least you get some kind of football news, even if it ain't great. They kind of drag it out a little bit. So I'm with you though. I'm a baseball fan until the Indians just traded our until they do this every couple of years. Then I'm not an Indians fan for a while.
And we got about to have a new name.
Yeah, right, right. So I'm I'm with you there, Virginia. And so at least into like the draft and training camp, like then I started getting excited. So like May, like then I started like, okay, we getting there, training camp in the summertime, and like then I started ramping up. But
Hmm.
it is a little sad after the Super Bowl. You just like, man, what am I gonna do on the weekend?
Hmm.
This sucks.
Hey, back to the Indians though. Um, as much as I want them to name the team the Cleveland baseball team, just because it'll just be Cleveland, the Cleveland be the name of the team.
I think that'd be dope.
But you go back to the Washington situation, and the Washington football team got clowned so much that
Yeah,
you just can't do it.
but Washington just a dumb name anyway. I hate it. Like Cleveland, a dope name. So the Cleveland baseball team, I'll rock a shirt that said that. Like that'd be sweet.
They can keep the same logo. They don't even have to change the logo. The C.
Yeah, at least until they figure out that it's going to be called the Spiders or whatever the fuck it's going to be
Don't
called.
do it. Don't do it. Like we need a fresh start. Something that's gonna get us into the World Series again. Something
Oh, so you mean like a new owner that can keep their players?
that shit. That too. Let me
That
manage the
is a
team.
fresh start, nigga. Not a name change.
They should have a random GM search. I think if I got in there, I'm signing all the big name players. We're gonna be broke. We're gonna be over the salary. Well, it ain't no salary cap baseball.
Yeah, well, what
Nigga.
money? That's what I said. The owner gonna look at you like, I'm not writing that check.
I'm like,
He'll
well,
look,
you better fire me then,
he'll
nigga.
look
My
you
money
dead in your
guaranteed.
he'll look you dead in your face and smile like, nope, nope.
You know what it is? He probably like, well, I made such and such amount of money, because the fans keep coming, and especially on Dollar Dog Night, they keep coming to the stadium. I'm making this much money. I mean, and the team is average, and we get, the average team turns into a great team every 5, 6, 7 years. So, and then when they play in the playoffs, I'm making this amount of money. So why would I spend more money when I could just pocket it all?
But think about it though. Think about it. It's like those couple years where we was like in the playoffs every year, like we kind of had like a decent, not even decent. We got killed by the Yankees and then we made it to the World Series. Like all that is extra money, it's extra income, extra
Yeah.
ticket prices, all that stuff. So then you take that money and then you reinvest it into the team, or do you just take your profits? Cuz just took the profits. Look, they signed Edwin Encarnacion after going to the World Series. They signed him 3 years, 60 million. That's no money in baseball. That's no money. But that was like our big free agency signing. You know what I'm saying? Like $60 million.
Yeah, he probably came here just because, like,
Come on.
it was a good team. He trying to win.
Yeah, but then you only kept him for 2 years. That last year, they're like, oh, we ain't paying 20 million. Let me see. Regina said, I'm falling behind. Regina said, rock, paper, scissors. That's a sport I could fake. I don't know. They get intense sometimes. Like arm wrestling, they get intense. Angel said, Regina, you need something happy. You could have your own cooking show podcast, just tossing around ideas. We're always looking for talent. We're always looking for talent. We got new goals this year. Regina to Angel said, you're adorable. I'll be self conscious about doing that. I'm okay showing or explaining to you or someone, but like this is yikes. It's not that bad. You get a couple under your belt, it'll be fine. Like look at Ebony J. Look how far she came when she first started.
It's really no pressure.
Even though, yeah, it's true. Even though, well, cooking live might be a little pressure, but if you
Go, because people gonna be really judgmental. Yeah.
that might be a little pressure, but other than that, though, it's really no pressure. Angel said it's 2021 though. What better way would to start the year is to break out of your comfort zone? It really would. It would just be fun. That's true.
Mm.
That's
I,
true.
I seen a TikTok today where the lady was like, "Now this is what mac and cheese supposed to sound like when you put the spoon in," and it was literally no sound. And then the nigga after that he said, "What sound you talking about? The click and clank of the spoon? Because I ain't hear nothing." Like that's how judgmental people are with food. So you got to come with it, Regina.
Well, look, on a live forum, it's some pressure, right? But when you record a video or like a TikTok, like if you messed up, just be like, oh, well, I'll delete that and I'll just try again another day or something.
Mm-hmm.
Doing it live might be a little pressure, but that should be about it.
Like today we came on the show, everything was breaking down, but we still had to do a show. So
Yeah, I mean, right. So look, for example, like we about to get into the real thing we were trying to talk about today. We had a feel while I did the technical stuff in the background. Um, so we just want. Oh, actually, this was Byron's thing, so I'm gonna let him set it up and set it up.
so um this is kind of piggybacking off of our show from last week. I started thinking about different things, and I came across this video, and this is a very interesting topic. Play the clip because kind of hard to explain unless you see it. Once y'all see it, then y'all understand.
Today's question of the day is, why is it that mothers always get custody of children and the fathers always have to pay child support? This is actually a very common question that is asked to me almost every week. So first and foremost, let me start by saying that that's not true. It's not true that moms always have custody and dads always have support. But it is quite common. So first and foremost, I want you to understand that fathers do have the same rights as mothers do. Child custody and visitation is not based upon the gender of the parents or the gender of the children for that matter. It's based on what is in the best interest of the children. Child support is determined by the income of the parties and the timeshare, which is the amount of time that each party spends with the child. So in general, you may find that mothers usually have custody of the children and fathers are required to pay support because the mothers usually spend more time with the children and the dads usually make more money.
I don't like it at all. I don't like that at all.
So what don't you like? What do you agree with? What do you not agree with?
So they said that men have to pay. Men mostly pay child support because they don't have time to be with the child because they're at work. But you trying to say the mother don't work too? I don't know a lot of, single mothers that don't work.
Fair. That's fair.
So usually what the mother puts the child in daycare. So then as a father, your money going to daycare and every everything, but I don't see my child as much. I don't like that. But they try to say that we both have equal rights. But why isn't the mother paying, why isn't your mother paying the court the same amount of money I'm paying and we both working? I don't.
Um, so I don't know who this lady is or where she get her information from, but um, it's just off of who spends the most time with the kid. Like how would the courts know that?
That's what I'm saying. And they automatically, excuse me, they automatically give it to, the woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like so, I don't know what this lady's talking about. Like just like in general. Um, but all right, so if she want to make the case that guys typically make more money than women. All right, now that I can get behind. Just statistics, historically, guys make more money than women or whatever. Of course, it's by a case by case basis and all that stuff. If you want to say just overall, guys typically make more money than women. So fine, if you want to base it off of that, but like, how would the courts know that the mom spends more time with the kid, or that, um, like that? Well, that was it. Those are her only two factors. Is that it's in the best interest of the kid and who spends more time. Like, how would the court possibly know? Yet it's still it's skewed one way. Where the mom would get custody, and the dad got to pay. I almost said protection, and the dad got to pay support and stuff to the kid. So I don't know what this lady's talking about, to be honest.
Yeah, but the whole video she talks about how she's, in support of the father's rights. That's what she really don't like, the woman's rights. But at the same time, how can a judge say that, well, since you make more money, you'll be working, so you don't have enough time for the child?
Spend with the kid, like yeah, all right. So right,
So the kid's 16 now. So I mean, they got a car, they can drive themselves back to wherever, school and all that type of stuff. They can get their own job, but I'm still paying child support because I don't have time to see my kid. What is the mother doing? She working, right? But some mothers don't work. Let's say they, got a celebrity, baby daddy. They're not working, you know.
but I mean, even
And
if the kid was like almost at normal age, like let's say a kid was middle school age or elementary school age. So you're gonna penalize me potentially. You're gonna penalize me for working to support the kid, where it gets to the point where you say that I'm working too much that I can't spend time with the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't spend time with my kid because I'm working, but not necessarily penalized, but I got to pay support, so I got to work. So I'm penalized for making more money than my baby mom or whatever. Like it's kind of absurd.
right,
Um,
like penalized for.
I don't get it. Let me see. So Regina said, I don't agree with her. I've seen from personal experience. My dad spent more time and money on me, but my mom wanted custody, so he couldn't have me,
It's
which is
crazy.
crazy.
You still spending money, but you can't even see. I don't want to say your property. You know what I'm saying? That you spending money on, but you can't see your own blood and flesh. Like, and then a relationship could become skewed because the mother resent the father for leaving her, but and she really don't want you to see it. So that's when that custody battle come in, and they try to say anything and everything. I don't even have no kids, but it still gets to me.
I mean, but you see it, you've seen it in your lifetime. Though that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
Um, Andrew said, I think it differs with each situation. Some men don't fight for responsibilities such as shared parenting, etc. It does come down to what's best for the kid, though. The only thing about that, though, Angel, is if you feel like we can put it in different contexts if needed, but if you feel like the system is already against you, then yeah, it kind of will take the fight out of you before you even start.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even let's say just black people in general, whatever, the black community, whatever, they have these. I don't even want to call them stigmas because sometimes like the system just ain't made up for certain people to win. It's just not. And so if you feel that way before you even get started, you're going to already like have it in the back of your mind or the front of your mind, like it don't even really matter what I do here because I know it's not set up for me to win. So why even fight it? Like, so I'm gonna go sell drugs, or I'm gonna go try to make it out through basketball. That's my only option, or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's it does take the starts out of you before you even get started. Sometimes, if you feel like the system is already against you, and like Regina just attached to, the dad can be doing everything that they're supposed to be doing. He could be spending money, making sure that the kid is taken care of, spending time as much as possible. But because the mom wants custody, or because the mom is the mom, a lot of times they'll be granted custody off top, and then it's up to the guys to, like you said, fight to get back or to do whatever they have to do to get custody of the kid. Should they do that? Of course. But when you feel like the system is already against you, or the mom didn't do anything special to get custody, but now you got to fight for it, it's like saying everybody is innocent until proven guilty. Yet you got to prove that you're innocent.
Yeah.
Like that's just not fair.
Yeah. But back to that, I had mentioned like celebrity, celebrity baby daddy. This is one celebrity. He said that he paid his child support early, and the mother was speaking out against him, like, what I'm going to do now? Like,
Oh,
what are you going to do now? This is child support. And I support you, right? That's 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 something else right there, man.
I I don't know if it's the same person, but I do remember somebody was like they was paying their child support, because if child support is set at whatever, like that's what it's supposed to be every month or whatever. So you know what your payments are, you can pay extra, whatever. So if it's spaced out right, up until your kid's 18th birthday or till they get out of high school, whatever the arrangement is, like you can pay off. Like you should have a hard number unless you get a pay increase or all that stuff. Like so, somebody baby mom was mad at that because it got to the point where like he had paid all this stuff. So it wasn't like no variation. He's like, hey, I did my part. Like I paid the money that they wanted me to pay, whatever. And but she like tried to take him to court and like get him in trouble for like paying early because it was like no flexible room. Like he paid off all his money early. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? He was just waiting on the 18th birthday or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And the baby mom was bitter, like mad about that because there wasn't no flexibility for her. I'm assuming.
Right. So you still getting the same amount of money, but you can't spread it out every month.
Yeah. Now it's
So
on you to
nah,
manage your money properly. Probably.
yeah, and that lets you know what she was really doing with the money.
Let me see. Regina said, "My boyfriend has custody of his daughter, and everyone always gives him shit, assuming the mother has her. The mom abandoned her. That's what I'm saying. Like guys have a fucking uphill battle no matter what. Like no matter what. Like even what Angel said earlier, like the guy had to like it shouldn't even be this way. It should be like what's best for the kid. And you said that at the end, but the first part was like it's up to the guy to fight for the kid or whatever. It's up for the let me make sure. Some men don't fight for the responsibility, don't fight for more responsibility. If he's the breadwinner and he's able to spend time, why would he even have to fight for it? But they do. They make you fight for it though. And I'm just saying, like the system just ain't right.
Right. But then you could be with somebody, right? You get in a court and they say they did they they drunk. I think they were alcoholic. They drunk too much. Alcohol while we were together. Uh, they I seen them do drugs. They could just be making stuff up, and they saying it's all in court, trying to make you look bad. So then the judges, they could probably look at your record, see it's clean, but they're still like, I don't know. Man, I just don't like that shit. It should just be 50-50 off rip. Like, no going to court or nothing. It's 50-50.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think like because I don't know like a fair way where everybody gets treated fairly. But I know if um like I just don't know how you would do it. Even that, even like the 50-50, I don't even know how you would do it. Where like 'cause how much do you put on um like how much do a kid need to live comfortably? Like how much money do a kid need to live comfortably? Where you say, all right, the dad you already go 50-50. The mom and the dad got to put in $200 a month, or whatever. I'm just making up numbers. $200 a month. Uh, so that might be all right for a 2-3 year old where they ain't eat a bunch of food, but they got diapers or whatever. Like, but then when you get to a teenager where you eating a bunch of food and you playing sports and you need clothes and you growing fast and all that stuff, like so I don't even know how you would do that. But like so you but is it still like penalizing? What do you guys think? Like I keep saying penalizing. What do y'all think of the audience? Like, do y'all think it's penalizing a guy for making more money? Like the fact that he's the one that typically would have to pay like child support. Like is that a penalty for like making money, being good at your job, or having promotions or whatever?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So a millionaire, but they make you pay $20,000 a month in child support. Like, what kid spends 20? What 2-year-old spends $20,000 a month? I don't understand where they coming up with these judgments. Like, and let's say you're a rapper, and in your raps you're talking about a whole bunch of gangster shit. Selling drugs, doing drugs, and you could be lying and everything, but the her defense could be, oh, he's doing all this, and then now you got to pay $20,000 a month child support.
And that's where you gotta use the Ti defense. Every I don't know if you know this, I'm a Ti fan for like a long time, and every time we get in trouble, like because every time we get in trouble, you got to do like customer service. You got to do community service, and so every time he like talking to kids, he be like, man, he be like, and all that stuff I be talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's just entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just music. He's like, so everybody like start yelling or whatever. He's like, so let me ask you this. Like, so you listen to my music, like you a fan of it, you like it, everybody like, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, well, consider yourself entertained. Like this nigga got 8 felonies. I've seen him do that at least 4 times. I'm not even kidding. It's the same speech that he give it to a room full of kids. It's only entertainment, like every single time. Like, do you enjoy my music? Like, yeah. Well, consider yourself entertained. Like, that's how that nigga do everything. So note the rappers as any rappers listening. You ever get in trouble for anything? Just be like, hey, I just be saying anything, man. if we ever get in trouble for something we say on this show,
just entertainment.
Entertainment, man. I'm just trying to please the audience. Don't call me out. That's hilarious.
Like, see, I know, like, nigga, you talking about guns in your records.
Yeah,
and your ass got caught all at one time. Like, that's like a nigga if I wanted to go to the store, like I could barely afford one. Like you buying 11, that's a lot.
Yeah, like I don't know how you use that excuse all the time, but he do, man. Sometimes they let the nigga off the hook every single time. Like how you rap about guns and paying the bail of somebody in Cincinnati and killing them when they come out of jail and all this stuff, and then you get caught with guns. They like, oh man, that's just talk, man. That's just guys. That's locker room talk. You know what I'm saying? It's guys being guys.
No, you was in a shootout in Cincinnati. Shoot that course back and forth. It's documented.
It's so crazy, man. And then you rapped about it. Like you rapped about like man, we should go pay that nigga bail, and then when he come out, we should follow him and kill him. And then like you rapped about that, and then you're like, nah, this is entertainment. Look, that nigga got the best lawyers on the planet. I'm so serious. That nigga got the best lawyers I've ever seen in my life, man.
Hey, what city is that? I think it's is it Philly? Philly? I think it's Philadelphia. I mean, not Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Something like that. That said that it's now legal to use your rap lyrics
Against you?
against you.
Oh, that's crazy.
So you got to be. They trying to get Meek, man.
Oh, yeah, they hate him personally. That's funny.
If I was him, I'm moving out the city, never coming back.
Yeah, I come back to do appearances, and I'm never living in Pennsylvania a day of my life. I'm definitely never going back to Philly though.
Hmm.
Let me see. Virginia said, "I don't think men are treated fair, even when my son's father wanted to be added to the birth certificate. They asked me, 'Do you want to include his overtime or bonuses?' I saw. I said no. Just make it as low as possible. It's fine. You can tell he hasn't heard that before. Of course, I was naive with that guy. Virginia, you be naive out here in these streets. I take it.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you what we're talking about. So if you know you're you're dating someone, y'all not married or anything, but she gets pregnant, she has a child, and she said that she wants the last name of the child to be her last name because you guys aren't married. What do you think of that?
Hmm.
Because okay, if y'all was married, she say, I would want, of course, your last name. But since y'all are not married, she says, I want the last name.
That's tough, man. Um, that's tough. I don't know. I'm I'm more interested in, like, the lady's point of view, because I don't know. That's a good question though.
Because it's like it's highly because as a man, if you especially have a son or daughter, you want to know how your last name. But
It's like, especially if you come down to, if you feel like I'm gonna be, like, I'm not about to abandon the kid. Like, I'm about to be in this kid's life. This is my kid, and then you're like, well, I want the last name to be mine because it's my kid. You know what I'm saying? Um, I guess ultimately, if you plan on being a deadbeat, you don't care one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Sometimes women are give them your last name just to spite you. You know what I'm saying? But if you actually plan on being with the kid and the mom is like, no, because y'all not, like, together or married or whatever, like, on one hand, I kind of understand it, but at the same time, like, I don't know. That's tough. That's a good question.
it's just like if y'all do stay together and y'all do get married, then you have to go through the whole process of getting the last name changed because it's like
Yeah, official
shit,
adoption and stuff.
yeah.
That's tough, man.
But it's like, but at the same time, if y'all do break up, then it's like you got to go pick up your kid. Y'all don't have the last name now, and it's like,
We just look at you funny.
yeah. But I guess it could be the same way for a woman too. But still, like I don't.
I think it's more acceptable because women, they like, because when women get married, they give up their last name anyway. So I think it's more I wouldn't say expected, but it's more understandable when a woman don't have the same last name. But when I mean, even me, like when I used to go pick up my niece and nephew from like daycare or whatever, and I have a different last name, like, they always like confirm with the kid, like who is he to you? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where, like, if I was a dad or something, I'm like, what you mean? Like, I would be offended. Like, what you mean? Nigga, it's my kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm also logical, so I understand it, and I'm glad that they verify whatever. You know, so ain't nobody random just picking up my niece and nephew. But still, if I was a dad, I would probably feel some type of way about that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I feel like it's kind of more acceptable or understandable, more commonplace for women and kids to have different last names. But I don't know. Angel said, unless dude was going to be absent forever, I would want her to have their dad's name. I mean, yeah, but you don't know, Angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you figured that y'all gonna maybe you figure y'all gonna be together, but y'all not married. So I can kind of see you giving up the last name, but some people like don't be on it. Or some people don't be on it. Like I don't know the situation. Now, let me get to the comments and I'll say that. Regina said, "My son's father, my son's father left me." I'm not laughing at that. My son's father left me a few weeks after finding out I was pregnant. So I sure as hell did not use his name. He left me, motherfucker.
Hey, see, that's surely understandable, and that's that's not even a question. But if you were still with him,
But y'all
and
just wasn't married. Like,
yeah, y'all had that talk, like, yeah, I want the kid's last name to be my last name.
yeah, that's
Like,
a
I don't see him being understandable when you tell him that. It's gonna be met with some friction immediately. Like, what?
yeah, I don't know, man. That's so strange. That's a good question though. Like, what? So we probably need to. So Regina, I'm assuming that your son has your last name. Like, I'm assuming. So, but your situation was a little bit different because that's an easy. Like, that nigga left, so that's an easy. Of course he'll have your last name. Um, like I wish like Ebony J was on here or somebody where they
Yeah,
had
different
they
perspective.
with somebody and then they like had a different. I don't. But she was like married, so I don't know. It's very interesting. Like I don't know how you kind of sort that out. Like I don't know how you do it. That's pretty good though.
Man.
Regina said to Angel, exactly. I was scared and all alone. If he would have stayed, I would have used his name. But I'm so happy I didn't. Now, of course,
Yeah, because you would have been, every time you called your child, you had to say that last name, and it
good old
just
hindsight, man. Boy,
and you couldn't even just change it because it had to have both signatures on the thing. You know what I mean? So
Regina said to Angel, my son is 21. He hasn't seen him since he was turned 2. Regina, don't even be sad. It's probably for the best. I'm pretty sure it is. Like, how do you leave your kid? Like, that's a long time. I don't understand it.
but what I mean, I'm not saying this will happen in your situation, Regina, but sometimes you may not. I don't know. Like you was probably planning on leaving anyway, and then now you got a kid. It's like I'm just out. I'm out. It's like, it don't got nothing to do with it don't got nothing to do with the child. But I'm out. I just can't do it. I can't be around.
I'm not going that far. But I don't even know. Like, even if my mom was on here, like, I don't know. Like, so my situation was weird, kind of weird. So like my dad my dad had his own like family. Like, this nigga was married. You know what I'm saying? This nigga had his own like older kids. Like, this nigga had his own family pod, and then ended up getting my mom pregnant or whatever. So I'm just like I don't know how it went. Like I don't know all from what I've been told. Like the nigga was always around and all this stuff, but he never signed like my birth certificate. And my mom like gave me her last name. Um, and I think it was like just because the nigga was married or something like that. Like so, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of like the breakdown of why my mother didn't like name me after my dad,
Hmm.
even though I mean the nigga was married, but he was around. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I don't know. My aunt in here, maybe my aunt though. Uh, you know anything about? He's kind of young too, so I don't know. Like I don't know if I don't know. She said you don't need both parents if the father name is on the birth certificate.
Oh,
Yeah, no, yeah, right. But even to get on the birth certificate, the mom gotta like approve it or something. Like the dad can't just walk up like that's my kid and I want to sign a birth certificate. Like the mom gotta approve it or something. Look, that's why. It's like my cousin had kids recently, and he was so adamant. Like they hated that nigga, but he was he was so adamant about like getting a DNA test or whatever,
hmm.
right? And you know what I'm saying? He was like, and so he, like once the kids was born, like the nurse was like, "Oh, what you mean? You need a DNA test?"
I was hey, I always
Like,
know.
what you mean? Like, you think these ain't your kids and all this stuff? And nigga, first off, he's like, nigga, this has nothing to do with you. First off, like this is like me and my lady already talked about this because he was just so adamant that that's the only thing that ties the dad to the kid is like getting a DNA test. Clearly, the kid come out of the mom. Clearly, that's the mom's kid, right? Like the only thing that ties the dad to that baby is like getting a DNA test and signing a birth certificate. Look, even if it's not your kid, you can technically sign the birth certificate. The mom, like you know, said the mom say, if you're all together, you can sign a birth certificate, even if it ain't your biological kid. So the only thing that actually ties him to his kids is that blood test, the blood work or whatever. And nigga,
Mhm.
they gave that nigga hell. Like he was like they kept asking him like why, like, why you want to get a blood test? Like, why you want to get a paternity test? Why you want to get a DNA test? Like, nigga, what you mean? I want to
Yeah,
get one. Like,
it's probably like, you think she cheating on you? Nah, you know, you did that for your, you know, for her to be pregnant. Yeah, I did.
yeah.
And they're like, so why don't you sign? Nah, I ain't signing to get that.
I'm not even kidding, man. That nigga, he was so adamant about it, man. Like, and he was, look. So you know Antonio, man. So when he, especially when he had, like, he was so excited, like, and he hadn't been drinking before, like, so we had drinks when his kids was born. Like, he was like really spilling, like, man, like they just kept asking, like, why do you want to get one? It's like, nigga, like this has nothing to do with you, like why are you asking me? Just do the test. Like, he was adamant, man, and it was like the greatest thing ever.
Hey, like, you know, if I had a kid and the kid came out and I looked like, I don't know about that nose.
I mean, even if you did, nigga, that baby could look just like. And look, I never even thought about that, but he was so adamant that he made me feel that way. Like, so if whenever I have kids or whatever the case is, I need the test.
'Cause look, you just seen the Maury show plenty of times. You know, you seen the Judge show plenty of times to know that it's been some. You are not the father moments, like, and
I need it, man.
because even if you sign that birth control, damn. If you sign that birth certificate and you know it's not yours, it ain't like you could just magically get off. You still gonna have to pay child support.
Nigga, that's your kid. When you sign that paper, that's your kid. That's your kid. My aunt said he didn't want her to. I'm assuming you're talking about my dad didn't want her to name. And look, I guess nigga, when you got a family, I guess that makes sense. Like,
it, it make perfect sense.
yeah, I got but that's what I'm saying. Like that was so of course I don't remember from 0 to 3 or whatever, but all for all accounts that the nigga he was never not around. Like, he was always around, and I'm talking about from my cousin to my sister, my aunts, my godfather, my grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, so he was around, but whatever reason, the nigga like don't put that last name on there. I just like I don't know what it came down to, but I guess he just didn't want her to. That's fine. I guess it worked.
It, it worked out. Do you have any resentment towards that? Do you wish that you had your father's last day?
I don't care about that. The only thing it would be the only thing that would make it easier is like when I go to like find his like cemetery plot or burial plot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in my family, no one knows 100% how to spell this nigga last name. Like even my mom, who slept with the nigga, like no one know, like she don't know officially if it's like the spelling, like the official spelling. Ebony usually pretty good, but I don't know. It would make it easier for that. But other than that, like, I don't have no resentment.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see. Regina said, I never spoke badly. I'm just laughing at this stuff before this comment because I didn't even read it, but this shit was just funny. Regina said, I never spoke badly of my son's father, since my mom always did my dad, and I knew for a fact my dad was a great guy. My son grew up, and now if anyone says something about your dad, he gets pissed. Like I don't have a dad. It's like he hates him. I'll try to explain not to let any of the pain be hatred. Uh, don't give him that power, but he won't listen to me. I try to be a great mom since he didn't have his dad. Hopefully, they never meet. That's a tough one too. That's a tough one too because like, how do you tell a kid that essentially got rejected or whatever
Mm-hmm.
not be upset at somebody that rejected them, especially like a parent, especially when I'm sure y'all had y'all trials and tribulations as far as like you being a single mom or raising them or whatever. So he like, nigga, my mom ain't had to do all of this. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason my mom should have to do this alone or whatever. So you kind of build up that resentment. You say your son is 21 and he ain't seen him since he was 2. So that's his entire life. Like your
Yeah.
son technically never seen his dad or whatever.
You walk past and not even know.
Yeah. So that's a tough one to tell him to not be angry. Um, you know, but I think with time, with more time, I guess, and just maturity, you'll start to fade over time. Like when your son start getting into his own relationships and serious relationships and just more supportive people that feel his life that's not like abandoning him or whatever. But just on the surface, it gotta be tough, man. Like even some people that lose parents, like that die or whatever, they they kind of resent their parents for leaving them. You know what I'm saying? Even though it wasn't like clearly they didn't choose to die or whatever, um, but they that resentment builds up and it can be a tough thing to kind of let go. But
Yeah.
at 21, it's hard. It's gonna be hard to tell them anything.
Yeah. See, psychologically, it plays a big part on if, you have, both parents in the home, one parent in their life, or no parents in their life. Um, so um, I took this class. I remember I took this class when I was in like college, and they like teach you like how the mind think like when you growing up or whatever, right? I can't remember the name of the class, but um, they said that some kids have a trait where they always got to be around the parent. You know what I'm saying? Like they scared. You got to be comforted by the parent, but then you got the kids who fearless, right? But what about the kids who don't have none of that? No parents around. Well, they got to be their own everything, right? They don't learn it. They got to be real hard. I never grew up like that, but I just can imagine just by hearing other people's stories and all that type of stuff. They got to be hard. Even on Cobra Kai, the show Cobra Kai, dude hated his father so much to the point. Last episode they was fighting.
I I watch TV, but I've seen the fight parts. I've seen the highlights or whatever. I say that. Um, yeah, I've seen highlights or whatever. So no, but it can be daunting. Like it could be very draining, like in so many different like areas. You know what I'm saying? So not just well, I guess the emotional drain that like something like we go back to trauma, like all the stuff we was talking about. I mean, they were talking trauma earlier today. Like all that stuff just adds up, uh, and if you don't find a way to channel it into something positive or whatever, like you can like, even like internally, even not even getting it out, but like just internally, it'll break you down. You know what I'm saying? So you got it, man. It's tough.
Yeah,
Regina said they both are hot heads in a fight. It would be horrible. She said I've never even told my son that his dad beat me. So uh, so first off, I'm taking. I don't know how old you say your son's 21. I'm taking a rage filled 21-year-old over however old the guy is. I'm taking the 21-year-old. This nigga like that pain. If you able to turn that pain into like I been 21 and angry. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
I'm taking a 21-year-old, but you say you never told him that. Just look, I think I talked about this before. Like
Yeah,
I think
you did.
my aunt had got beat or something like that. It was before I was even born. But when I found out, like, I got so angry, like as an adult, like over 21, like I don't know how old I was, maybe 24, 23 or somewhere around there. Like I was so angry when I found out that somebody put their hands on somebody in my family before I was born. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still got just as angry. Now, Regina, that one, I don't know. I'm not saying like to keep it from them, but that might be one to be selective on how you share because that type of stuff,
You already got hatred,
yeah,
and that could turn into he gonna find out who he is, where he live at.
I would be. That's when you start looking for him. Like you ain't just living your life. Like now you become like I. That shit made me so angry. Like I just thinking about it made me kind of upset now. Like I don't know Regina about that one. She said the father would have been 43. Yeah, I'm taking the 21-year-old full of hate. I know you didn't ask. I know we put eyes on something that shouldn't have eyes on it, but I'm taking the younger.
So I don't know. 40 still you can. 40 you still got the fight in you, but if you get hit one good time, you might get slept because that jaw. I don't know. After 40, that chin.
Getting a little weak, man. You gotta, even if the chin is strong, the knees are a little worn down. You know.
I don't know, but Mike Tyson. Okay, what about what about Mike Tyson though? He old, but what you look? I in a street fight,
I'm
yeah,
talking. Yeah,
yeah. In a street fight, yeah. Like me and Mike Tyson had to go at it. I just because we gonna be wrestling, but in a but if he catch you,
I'm not about to box Mike Tyson, but
yeah.
yeah, I'm taking the, I'm taking the under. I'm taking the younger, is what I say. Full of hate. Oh, Nick. And then you add that, and you put your hands on my mom.
Hmm.
Oh man, like this, somebody, somebody ain't leaving. It's gonna be like a Friday fight. I'm gonna hit you with a trash can lid or something. Virginia said, "I would only tell him if he brought it up. I have no intention unless I see him being aggressive towards another woman." That's a good idea. You like use it as a lesson. Use it as a tool. Like don't be like your dad. Like don't what I'm saying. Like I think that's a great idea of you know not using it for because at this point you seem to be happy with your new guy, and of course I'm sure he still has resentment and stuff, but he seems to be doing well. I don't know him at all or whatever, but I'm assuming he's doing decently. So there's no point of interjecting that. Um, but if you could use it as a tool, a learning tool, I think that's a great idea. Um, as like, hey, don't be like your dad. Like, I think that's a great idea. Um, what else, man? Anything else about the child support, the child support lady? Because I don't know her background or history or any of that stuff. I disagree with like almost everything that she said because um, I just don't even know where she got her information from. Um, and I don't even know if what she said is accurate. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it might even be accurate for all I know, but I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan of what she had to say, even if it is true.
See, if me and if me and my baby mama got shared custody, I'm cool with that. Like, share responsibilities. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly normal to me. But if I got to pay everything and I still don't, I only get my kid on the weekends, 2 days out of the week, you know, nah, I ain't feeling none of that.
So I think that's something I'm gonna try to do. I think I'm gonna try to. Um, my aunt said she missed a child support lady. What happened? All right, I'm gonna play this video real quick. We kind of talked it over. You can throw your opinion in there. It's kind of ridiculous, but I'll play it before we get out. I'm gonna play it right now. As a matter of fact, just so you can kind of hear. Um, I, just listen to it because we kind of talked out like a lot of it. So the very beginning of like hearing it, uh, almost everybody just almost everybody, us included, just like kind of disagree with her. Um, and it might not even be her. It might just be we disagree with why the system is the way it is. So I don't know. Let's play it.
Today's question of the day is, why is it that mothers always get custody of children and the fathers always have to pay child support? This is actually a very common question that is asked to me almost every week. So first and foremost, let me start by saying that that's not true. It's not true that moms always have custody and dads always have support. But it is quite common. So first and foremost, I want you to understand that fathers do have the same rights as mothers do. Child custody and visitation is not based upon the gender of the parents or the gender of the children for that matter. It's based on what is in the best interest of the children. Child support is determined by the income of the parties and the timeshare, which is the amount of time that each party spends with the child. So in general, you may find that mothers usually have custody of the children and fathers are required to pay support because the mothers usually spend more time with the children and the dads usually make more money.
Look, like, how like she said that it's presumed that that women they take care of the kids and the guys pay child support, which isn't true, but it's what the fuck what did she say? She said, but it's quite common. Like you just contradicted yourself when you said that.
So I agree with that. And then not only that, not only that part, but so I just want to let my aunt know. So we kind of tossed around the idea, like, so are you penalizing the guy for making more money, like because he has to work, like so you're penalizing him for working because he don't have the amount of time to spend with the kid. Yet you're going to force him to pay um, uh, support or whatever, like even though he could. So if you work less, if you made less money, or you work less, then you're rewarded with custody. Like it was just I don't know. Like no one disagreed. Maybe it was the way she put it. I don't know. But even Regina said I actually could feel myself getting pissed off at the child support lady. The more she saw it, I'm like, no, no, no. Like like I don't know, man. I don't know. My aunt said child custody and child support are two different things. Yeah, no, we know that. But we're saying
Hmm.
if you're in a relationship and the mom gets custody, what we were talking about, like why it is. Why do it seem like the mom gets custody over the dad? And her response or whatever was that the dads males typically make more money. They work more and they make more money, which means the mom is able to spend more time because she's not working as much or making as much money. And so, does that mean does that mean that the dad is penalized for working or making a bunch of money? Like he's penalized uh, from seeing his kid or having custody because he's making money, and just how that's not fair.
Yeah, it's not fair at all. Just because you make more money don't mean you should be the only one that's supporting her and the child. Because that's what it seemed like to me. Like it's a certain amount of money, for a child. Now the judge can say, well, if you and the mother were together, then this is the type of life that you will be living. Cool, but we're not together, and I'm and I'm supporting my child. Like I want my child to go to a good school, eat good, whatever. But I don't want my you know I don't want to see her with no Louis Vuitton purse on, and I know she don't got a job, right? Like my money is paying the rent to this place, putting the food on the table, doing everything.
She went
It's
to
one sided.
lipo with your money.
Exactly.
So look,
better get that prenup
so
with somebody. I don't know if they did, but Hey, it's a
I don't
different
even,
story.
so one of them better got it signed anyway. So look, so my aunt said the same thing that Angel said earlier. She said moms get custody because most dads don't fight for their rights. And Angel said that's what I said too.
But maybe you get you get tired of this. Like, I'm tired of dealing with her altogether. Like,
I,
I left her for a reason. Like, I'm not trying to be in court arguing when I'm done arguing.
but
Which
why would you have to fight? Like why would
that's
you
what I'm
why
saying
would
too.
the guy have to fight for the right to see his kid? The mom is not fighting for her right. She's rewarded with custody. Why would the dad have to fight? If the dad is making more money, the dad is allegedly living in more comfortable conditions because he's making more money. Why would the dad have to fight for that instead of being rewarded custody like most moms are? It's not fair that a dad has to be that he's guilty until proven innocent. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's not fair. It's not
At
fair.
all. Fair at all.
She said support is supposed to help the main parent no matter who makes more money. I agree with you, but that's not the case. Like moms are historically rewarded custody, and then a dad has to fight for custody. Regina had an example earlier of her dad spending time and money and effort, yet the mom wanted custody, so she was rewarded custody. We're talking about why do women get rewarded something that's just it's just given. Like it's a foregone conclusion that a guy have to fight for.
Yeah.
She said some moms think they have rental car. Some moms think they have rental car mentality. You pay to take the child for the weekend, right? And if you don't take your kid for the weekend, even though the kid is in your custody, now you a bad dad. I'm paying support. You got custody. You don't want to see your kid on the weekend when I'm trying to go out and date somebody else. You're a bad dad. Your dad don't ever. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Like, the dad is always on a constant uphill battle. Of he's always fighting for something. And of course, I'm being general here. I'm not talking about every single dad or whatever.
Yeah, we're not talking about every single situation because we don't want y'all saying,
Well, yeah. Well, my baby dad, like I don't want that issue. But to say that guys historically
Yeah, historically.
have an uphill battle, like there's no reason that like it should be King Solomon for everybody. Like nigga, look, we're gonna cut the kid in the middle. Y'all both get half,
Right.
and then we go from there. Like that's what it should be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be fair, that's all I'm saying.
We think the judge think, oh well, they can't pick up the slack on their half, so we're gonna put it on the father since he made more money.
Right. My aunt said no one should have to be made to support their child. We're not disputing that. We agree with that wholeheartedly.
Hey, but then let's say you get a new job. It's historically it's been men out here who told their child, hey, don't tell her I got a new job because they know that they gonna try to take her to court to get more money. Like,
More money.
why are you trying to get more money now?
It,
Like,
right. If right. It's too many women and moms in here. Like, we're not gonna win this. Andrew said traditionally moms take the kids, so that's why. Hopefully the parents can figure it out and not be selfish. Focus should be on the kid, right? But do I don't. All right, I'll give you traditionally that moms take the kid, but that's because like what is the dad going to do? The dad has to go to court and prove that he like it's not going to come down to just who has the bigger house, who has the rooms, who has the income. It's going to come down to the mom gets the custody. Historically, like I don't know how I don't know how it can be disputed. I'm sure somebody will. But I don't know how you can dispute it. That historically, moms take the kid, and then it's up to the dad to prove that they are a fit parent from whatever circumstances in order to get custody of the kid.
yeah,
Like I just don't know how you dispute it.
yeah, I don't know how you dispute it at all. Like, I don't know. That's why you need that's why you need a lawyer for that.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that's why there are
And,
lawyers.
and
That's why it's lawyers that specialize in male, like whether it's a divorce or paternity. That's why it's lawyers that specialize in male, like being a male friendly lawyer because they know that guys have to go through these certain hoops that women don't necessarily have to go through.
Yeah, I heard something that said, if you and your girl break up and both of your name on the house, like don't just get up and leave when she
Yeah,
say get out.
yeah,
No,
that's your house too. Like,
it's your house too, and the judge gonna say, well, you just left the house, so I'm just gonna give it to her.
you abandon your situation. Now she get the house and she get the kid in the divorce. Like,
Yeah.
which that part makes sense. But that's why there are specific lawyers that are geared towards males because, like, I've never heard a commercial or seen something where like we are female friendly or whatever because historically the courts are female friendly in general.
hmm
That's
And,
it just is.
right, and I know you've seen situation like a movie or a TV show, and the dude he just give up. He say let her have it, anything she want, and the judge be like, just all that hard work, you just gonna give it up?
Yeah, and look, I'm not saying that guys fight all the time, and I'm not saying that guys shouldn't fight for their kids. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that it should be King Solomon. Like, we're gonna split this kid down to half and let's both of y'all prove why y'all should get the kid
Hey,
or whatever the situation
hey,
is.
look at Dr. Dre. Prayers out to him first and foremost. But the nigga was so stressed with the fight, he said, "Nah, we gonna settle this. I'm done." He's a billionaire. Like he can fight this shit all day.
Oh, day.
And he
Oh,
said he was good. He just didn't want the stress no more.
man.
Cause she's saying any and everything.
The- and then oh man, I don't even want to talk about Dr. Dre because they're gonna end up taking my man's money, man, giving it to that. Anyway, Regina said my boyfriend fought for his oldest daughter. The mom gave her drugs and alcohol, let her have sex with anyone. She was 14 years old. He had no rights. Trust me, he did everything. The judge made him take 3 different drug tests. He passed all 3, which he paid for. Mom took first and failed the system.
Damn.
Took first and failed. System failed in the situation. So first off, we all know that the system is, like I said, not made for some people to win. You do have situations where it is more egregious than others. But yeah, like the system fails because they gear the system towards women, and then it's up to a guy to prove that he's innocent. Like this is what it comes down to. He has to prove that he's innocent. Mine said a majority of dads may not want to have the child full time. All right, that's fine. We're talking about the ones that do want the kid full time. We're talking about the ones where we just breaking up. It's a mutual, it's a mutual separation. We'll get divorced down the line, but I'm moving out or I'm getting a house. Sorry. Or you moving out and you getting a house or apartment. And I agree with you. The majority of dads may, or I don't know about the majority. That seems a little high coming from a woman. That seems a little bit high, Auntie C. That's a little high. But
Yeah, I don't know about
yeah,
that.
majority, I don't know about that. But some guys don't want the kid full time.
Yeah, just say this. No, they don't want the mother full
Yeah,
time.
they don't want the mom full time. So then, but that even proves our point is that so the dad don't want the kid full time, but the mom does. Like the mom just always wants the kid full time. Like I'm sure there's plenty of moms that don't want the kid full time. Yet,
True.
yet,
Yeah. Hey, that's a fact. I know real
yet,
life,
yet,
real life situations.
yeah, yet they get rewarded with custody anyway, even though they don't want custody full time. Yeah, they still get rewarded with it because
Yeah.
they're the mom.
Right. They'd be out. They'd rather be out kicking and drinking and, not care about the kid at all. It's
Yeah,
facts.
I know
It's
people that
real
left their
facts.
kids in the house while they went out, like all of that stuff. Like nigga, just moms aren't great all the time either. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah. But the blame is majority. But the majority of the blame is put on the dads.
Yes, yeah. She said, there's a lot of work being a full time parent. We're not disputing that. That's not the dispute. We know it's a lot of work. We're talking about even getting to that point. Right. So, right, if it's a lot of work for a woman to be a full time parent, it has to be a lot of work for a man too. Yet it's skewed towards the woman. So, look, if you want to say if you want to say that women are actually being penalized because it's a lot of work to be a full time parent, then fine. I'm not going to argue that point. Being a full time parent is tough for anybody, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But if you want to say that women are disenfranchised because they are the full-time parent, I'm fine with that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that for sure. Andrew said, as an office manager, I've had men come to me disputing support, and after working 2 weeks, they literally were left with a paycheck less than $100. It's sad.
Uh-huh.
That's not fair to him either.
So if you was living with her, you wouldn't be left with $100. But just because I'm not living there no more, I don't have money to pay my like I can't live. Man, that's what I'm saying. The system is very flawed. Uh, shit, I don't even want to have kids.
And look, and that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is that the only point that we're making, I feel like Byron, if I'm misspeaking for you, let me know. Is that guys have a uphill battle when it comes to child support, child custody, and courts. That's
Oh
all
yeah,
we're
I
saying.
agree with you. I
We're not saying,
definitely agree with you.
yeah, we're not saying that challenges don't come, that challenges don't befall the woman. We're not saying that it's not tough. We're not saying that women don't have it tough situation. We're not saying that just because a guy is paying child support that that's enough to support the kid fully. We're not saying any of that. We're just saying that historically, before you even get off the ground, guys have an uphill battle when it comes to child support, child custody, and dealing with the courts. That's all. That's all. That's the only point that we're making.
yeah,
She
yeah.
said, "I guess my opinion is slightly based because of my situation. Of course, you're biased, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I mean, me and him talking, and we don't have kids at all, so like our point of view is a little bit different as well. But I think because of that, I think we do have a different perspective because we're not in it, like we're not living it, or we haven't lived it one way or the other. We're just on the outside looking in, kind of like a relationship. Like I can be like, man, your relationship toxic because I'm on the outside looking in, where you too close and you can't see all the stuff that's all the red flags or whatever. That's all I'm saying. That's why I feel like we have a valid point or opinion, I guess.
Yeah. But hey, one of the comments said you could be left with $100 after working. How you supposed to take care of yourself?
2 weeks, man. A 2 week check, and you left with $100. And look, fine if you want to be like that's on you for having a bunch of kids, or that's on you because um, whatever your situation is. If you want to say that's that guy's fault for the quantity of his situation or his situation, period. That's your fault for putting yourself in that situation. Fine, I'm with that. But at the same time, how is it logically fair for a guy to work 40 hours or 80 hours and have $100 check without committing? Without committing, I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Maya said, "I don't believe in child support. Nobody should be made to support their child financially, mentally, or physically." Um,
I disagree with you on that. I mean, there should be some type of financial support because that is your kid. But you have the choice if you want to be there mentally and physically. Like that's on your conscience.
I
But
mean,
as far as financially,
yeah.
like come on, there got to be something. But we talking about absurd judgments in favor of the mother. Like I don't.
Because
It's very unfair.
you could live in the same house and not be mentally and physically available for your kid.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still bring it home. You're still working and bringing home money. Um, so I believe in supporting the child, of course, financially in a bunch of different ways if possible. But sometimes I don't know. I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm not going to say that. But we're just talking about the battle to even get to that point for a dad to even get to that point. Virginia said, I'm a full time parent, but I've proven I'm the better parent. I have an entire resume of people to be on my side versus father. I do think men are treated stricter. That's all we're saying. We're not saying that, like I said, it's completely one sided, that there are not situations in which the woman got screwed over by the courts or whatever the situation is. Like we're just saying historically, guys have an uphill battle before we even get started. Like Angel was saying earlier, as far as like having to fight for it, why should we have to fight for it? Like it should be we gonna support this kid 50-50, and then you both of y'all prove your case of why y'all should have the kid. Or if the dad don't want the kid, then fine. Or the mom don't want the kid, then fine. That's a whole different story. But when there are dads and moms that want custody of the kids, it's typically like they'll put the kid in foster home and then be like, all right, after court we'll decide where the kid go. They'll be like, hey, go ahead and stay home with your mom. We'll figure it out in courts. You know what I'm saying? 4 months, 3 months, whatever later. Then we'll decide where you go with the dad or you stay with the mom or whatever the case is. Like, but typically they don't like go stay with your grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or and if they do, it'd be like your mom's grandma. You'll be like your mom's mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all I'm saying is like, why would guys shouldn't have to fight off the bat? It's like black people shouldn't have to fight off the bat when they get pulled over or arrested.
That's another show.
I'm just saying you shouldn't be guilty until proven innocent. You should be innocent until proven guilty. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, hey, the last time some black people ran up into a Capitol building with shotguns and shit, like nigga, shit was shut down. Like
Nigga,
they shut niggas down after that.
on his desk the next night. The NRA started a new chapter that night. Like, get these guns out of these.
Man.
Man, black people don't even visit the Capitol because of that. Hey, like NRA, like, oh no, this is not what we stand for.
You're not what you stand for. Like they didn't do nothing to break the laws. That was y'all law. Oh man, some bullshit.
Oh, that's hilarious, man. Let me finish these comments. We're gonna get out of here, man. My other say that's because women don't have to prove that they're the parent. That's why women get custody. Yes. That's what we're saying. That's the problem. That's why I told the story about your nephew talking about getting a DNA test and being on the birth certificate, all of that stuff. Like that stuff matters because like it is skewed already towards the woman. Like it just is. Angel said many times I've seen people quit when child support. Yes, nigga. Yes, nigga, I would sell drugs all day. If I worked 80 hours and got a check that was under $100, I'm quitting and selling drugs.
I wouldn't quit because you just gotta have, something, alibi.
You gonna work 80 hours and sell drugs?
Yeah, that's a lie. That's a lie. Like, you're not gonna be able to sell drugs.
That's what I said. Yeah. I'm quitting and selling drugs. That's why. Look, I know dads who have quit jobs because, or have not taken jobs because they're like, if I work this job, they're taking X amount of dollars from. There's no way. I have to work a job under the table because if I work a normal job, they're taking this much money from me. I can't live off of this much money, so I'm gonna take a worse job or a job making less money where I'm working under the table because of it.
Man.
Like, and it's not fair. It's not fair.
Look, let this be a lesson. Like, you wear a condom so you can avoid all of this. All of this, man.
Because it's like a guy working under the table. So now he's automatically a criminal because he's not paying taxes. Like there's just a downward spiral of like the nigga just can't catch a break like forever. Like he's just always gonna be behind the 8-ball.
Then you owe back taxes, and then they gonna come to your job like they did Scarface and take you to jail for not paying child support.
Nigga, I'm at a show. I'm trying to get this money. Like you arrested me at the show. That's another show too. But I said I shouldn't have to make you do it. You should do it anyway. Yeah, but that's you as a woman. But what about you as the court system? The court is supposed to be non-biased. It's supposed to be balanced. It's supposed to be blind, not to race, color, creed, or sex. Like it's supposed to be balanced. You're supposed to just go out the facts. That's you as a woman saying you shouldn't have to make somebody do it. Which I agree with you. I agree with you. But the courts make guys climb from the very beginning. She said, I'm talking support through the courts. Um, I don't know. I must have missed the connection. Erica, thanks for joining us late.
And, for the people that join late like this, when we about to get off, remember that you can always hit that rewind button and go watch as soon as the show is over right here on Facebook, or you can go to one of the our streaming partners, Apple, Spotify, Google.
You go to YouTube, you can watch the replay.
Oh yeah, YouTube as well. If you want to, you want to go over there as well. So hey, you got plenty of options. But yeah, Erica, she's a top fan. She's still tuned in, but you missed a lot.
Erica said, yeah, I think sometimes they be taxing, but I do think a man should support the mother. Support the mother? Erica, get out of here, man. We're gonna have a whole nother show. Support the mother? We're not talking about married people and alimony. We talk about child support and custody. Erica, get out of here. Regina said those people would have been shot. That's the black thing on the Capitol. That's all. Nobody was killed that time, but they changed those laws immediately.
Mm-hmm.
You think I'm joking? You think I'm joking?
Hey, and it was all out assault.
Go watch. Go
on
listen.
Them after that.
Go read anything about Ronald Reagan, the March on Washington, and the NRA. Immediately, those laws was changed immediately.
Go watch a movie that's gonna come out in February or March. I can't remember.
Shot in Cleveland too.
Yeah.
Andrew said, I'll be happy to get a DNA test. My friend's man always threw it up in their face that their kid wasn't his. Later, it proves that it was. Would save a lot of potential hurt. Look, it's a reason that Maury is the only reason that Maury has existed this long over Sally Jesse Raphael, Ricky Lake, all these other stupid shows is because this nigga found the one formula. You get black people on there and he do DNA tests. Look, Maury's on for 12 months. 11 of those months is all DNA tests. Like that's it. He found the formula and that's what works and it's entertaining and all of that stuff. Everybody should get one. As a guy, you should get one because that's the only thing that connects you to your kid and all of this stuff. But a lot of potential hurt is a good way to put it. I told you I was naive. I paid my son's father child support to keep him out of jail for over a year. Over a year? Regina, you insane.
It's crazy.
Man, we're going to have a whole show dedicated.
Street Smarts. Dedicated Street Smart show. What you should and should not do in certain situations, in life situations.
Just the last 2 weeks, nigga. Regina always shared good stuff. We did a trauma series. Like, Regina always had good content. But, man, we're going to have a whole show about Street Smarts, man. Angel said, Regina, I don't think that. You don't think that's dumb? Angel, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What do you mean you don't think that's dumb? I don't know what's happening anymore. Regina said, "Go Browns." Erica said, the child you know what I meant." Oh, all right. Just making sure. Support the child, not the mom, because that's absurd. That child support helps the mother, believe it or not. Of course it does, but it's supposed to help the mother support the child, not support herself. Erica said it's cheaper to keep her. It is cheaper to keep her. That's goes for divorce as well as child support and stuff. You're right about that. Angel said yes, said again. Y'all having too much fun in the comments. I don't like it. Regina said it's entertaining though, and that she's so much better. I'm glad that she's so much better. I'm glad that Maury is entertaining. I'm glad. Oh, so wait. So Angel said nobody wants their kid's dad in jail. That's not helping nothing. Don't know what he was going through at the time.
I don't know. He's putting her hands on herself. He would have been in jail.
Yes. Yeah, so you better take everything into account. You gotta go back and scroll the comments and take everything into account. Look, Regina, I don't want to put you out there, but you share it, so I'm going to, and then we're gonna get out of here. He was putting his hands on her. Once he found out that the kid was his or she was pregnant or whatever, the nigga left. And then she, on top of that, she still paid child support for over a year. Come on, Angel.
Mm-hmm.
Come on now. She said if more people could be more supportive, imagine if you was going through it though. Wouldn't you want your BM to help you? And Erica said you only have to pay someone child support if you're married. Angel, no. If I'm putting my hands on somebody, look, of
You don't
course,
gotta pay child support if you married. I don't know about that one though.
look, selfishly, of course, I want my baby mom to take care of me. But if I'm putting my hands on her and I found out I had a kid, I was like, nah, that's all right. Like, I'm not expecting her to pay my child support. Like, she shouldn't pay my child support. If she did, then fine. Like, Google's going crazy in there. Like, I don't know what's happening.
You thought somebody was in your crib.
I did. Like, you know, stuff, tools are around. But yeah, no, look, Angel, I'm with you. I would want my BM to help me if I'm doing the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing. But if I'm doing literally everything, like abandoning my kid and putting my hands on her, no, she don't owe me anything.
Yeah. Hey. Side note. In my mind, I was thinking, like, damn, I only been in this nigga house like twice. Do I remember how to get there?
Ebony come to my house like every 2 weeks, and she still uses GPS.
I'm like, damn. If some shit happened, I'll be over here like, I can't remember where the fuck this nigga live.
All I know is he had the Browns in his background. Like, I don't really know where he's staying. Nigga, Ebony still uses GPS. She asked me my address today. Like, why wouldn't it at least be saying to your phone? Like, she really asked, like, what's your address? And I told her like the numbers, and she's like, what's the street name? I'm like, what do you mean? You don't know any of it? Like, you know what city I stay in? Nothing. Erica said that is dumb to pay his child support if you're not married. Rosina said he was behind on child support, so if he didn't keep up, he would go to jail. I was like with him for 5 years. Still maybe. Virginia said to Erica, I agree. I was young and dumb. Angel said, you just did what you thought was best at the time. You guys are very understanding. Look, I love our audience because y'all are very understanding and very supportive of one another. And that's why we need y'all to balance out, because we guys and we like ruthless, man, because I can't understand it. Virginia said he had me believing that I couldn't have anything but him. Erica said a lot of wives pay child support. Yeah, and a lot of wives don't pay child support. Like, a lot of wives are like, look, we can split all these bills, but that child support, that's you on your own. Your kid can come over, and that's your kid, and I'm gonna love your kid, but that child support, that's you on your own, though.
And that's crazy to me. Like, how? That's not fair. It's not fair.
Hey,
and then you wonder why dudes stop paying it. You know.
Wait, so Erica said, but not I. Like, she made sure to put that nigga, not I though. A lot of wives do it, but not I. That's amazing. That's good. I love it. I love it.
Hey, this pandemic is getting to people.
And splitting bills as a married couple, I don't get that. Whatever your arrangement is, because not everybody like to share accounts. Some people like to have it separate. Like, whatever works for you and whatever your background is. So I don't like to judge people when it comes to that stuff. But child support is one of those things where I can see it. I'm like, that's you. Like, that's your kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna love your kid. That's your kid. I love your kid. Your kid can come over anytime. They can spend the night. All that stuff. Like, we can go on vacation. That's your kid. I love your kid because we're in a relationship. We're married, whatever. But that child support bill though, that's you though. That's you though. Like, that's.
Yeah. So if you got, you met a girl, she had kids, she was paying child support on that kid. Would you help her out?
I need more situation other than that.
You know what I would probably be like. You know what? I'll take care of the bill. Our bills, are we living together or whatever. But The child support, you can handle that, right?
Like that's like
You taking care of everything now, but that child support,
so
you
wait.
take care of that.
So let me ask you this.
That bill.
So and this might be kind of topical to you more than like child support. So all right, let's say before you got married, um, let's say your wife had I don't know, let's say $20,000 credit card debt, right? She's $20,000 in.
Damn.
You helping her pay that credit card debt, or is that so y'all still paying the bills, together or however whatever your setup is?
Yeah.
That's her debt.
Yeah, I already know what I'm about to do. I'm about to tell you right now. So as soon as we sign them papers, that becomes our debt.
Oof.
So before you bring all that debt over my way, you going down to this state building or wherever the fuck. The shit across the street from the state building, I think it is. You going to that motherfucker, you filing for bankruptcy. All right, we gonna yes, you cleaning all that up. You're not bringing that my way because we're trying to start off with a fresh slate. You ain't about to mess with my credit. We need to get stuff. So I can't be held down by you. Like you got a cosign on every card. Oh, you can get your own shit.
Look, I didn't expect you to go that way, but I'm actually more okay with that than most people that would either we not like either it becomes our debt or that's your debt to deal with. I'm
Right.
okay with that.
Right, that's a smart thing to do. You got all that debt, you're not gonna be able to pay it. You go bankrupt. They're not getting the money. You're not gonna give them the money.
So look, wait.
So you just starting over.
No, that's a good out. But I was trying to compare it to something where you couldn't get rid of. Like you can't get rid of child support. Like you own that child or whatever until you're 18. So would that bill be yours or would it be hers?
See, look, of course I'm gonna treat that child as my own.
That ain't what we're talking about.
But as far as like, it'd be like, hey. It's either we're gonna get a good lawyer or something, and then we're gonna fight this. Things have changed. Like they try to make this judgment for 18 years. No, we're changing this up. You better at least have shared, custody, and there's gonna be no child support. You know what I'm saying? Why are you supporting this nigga? This nigga wearing new Jordans every time you come through, pick up the kid. Hell no. On you? Those could be my Jordans. It's not. We ain't doing that.
All right. Erica says sometimes they have no choice but to keep their spouses out of jail, and they help their spouse not fall behind. So, all right. So that's why I was trying to make the parallel. So, like credit card debt, you won't go to jail. You know what I'm saying? Like child support, of course, you will. So I'm just trying to draw parallels where everybody can kind of, where it kind of makes sense for every different person's situation, whatever. Um, but yeah, no, I understand. Of course, keeping them out of jail if that's your spouse, your person that you married to. But in like Virginia case where it wasn't somebody she was married to, and the nigga he was flagrant in multiple different ways, I probably wouldn't have kept him out of jail. Angel said, if I'm married and supporting everything, I hope my partner got me too. Okay. All right. Angel Regina said, so Angel, that's how I saw it. Erica said debt is on both people. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't even like both of y'all married, so y'all coming from a different point of view. But man, really? I know married people who like nigga, look, that's your debt. Like that's and look, not even that I want to support you through it, but if you don't have a plan or if you don't have a whatever, then I'm not supporting you through it. You know what I'm saying? So
look, my support is making sure that you can go downtown and you file them right papers. Because we can't bring that. We starting over.
go back your child.
You know what I'm saying? Get you that. We're gonna get you that secure credit card. We're gonna make sure you pay. You could get your nails done every month. Whatever. You put that on that card. Make sure you pay it off. And so you're back on the right track. Then they be sending you new credit cards. Now the new credit cards you get, don't do that same shit that you was doing when you were young.
Let me see. Last one. Virginia said, if you take on her, you take on her kid and baggage too. And Angel co-signed with the 100. All right, look. All I'm saying, all I'm doing is playing devil's advocate because I know married people. I have phone numbers of married people in my phone currently who they not playing that shit. Like they not. That's not for them. And look, all the nice stuff Erica said. Don't forget that Erica also said that nigga, not I. Like a lot of wives pay child support, but she said not I.
Mm-hmm.
So she might take on the debt of credit cards, but she ain't taking on the debt of the kid. So all I'm saying is, don't give Erica all the credit. She said some stuff to us. That's all I'm saying.
Oh man, it's almost game time.
Yeah, it's 7:40. We about to get
Because
out
I
of
gotta
here.
be relaxed.
Yeah, we gotta
You know what I'm saying? The gang gotta be on.
you gotta get your hot pocket or pita, whatever you said.
I gotta pop a seal on a beer. It'll be specific.
No one's paying us. So
Uh,
Angel said, if you don't really, are you really committed? Yes. It just depends. Everybody, look, don't be so judgmental, Angel. We just seen a movie recently. Don't be so judgmental. Everybody's situation is different. Everybody's upbringing is different. Everybody's mental fortitude is different. Don't be so judgmental. That's all I'm saying.
mhm.
Erica laughed because she know damn well she'll take on credit card debt, but not no kid debt, and that's just the funniest shit ever. All right, man. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm not even reading no more comments because I'm leaving on that note because that's what happened when you join us late. um, look, thank y'all for joining us, man. Uh, we making fun of Erica for joining late, but we started slow because we couldn't get all the technical stuff wasn't working, and but we finally got it. So feel free to go back and listen to the replay on Apple Podcasts, Spotify,
Mhm.
and
And check out our store too.
yeah, check, for sure. Check out the store, buy some stuff, mugs, hoodies, shirts, all of that good stuff.
Hmm.
Um,
Go back and watch during the course of Ebony J. Her show came on at 1 a day. She got a fresh show for you, a nice show too. She's talking about different aspects of relationship. That's what I think it was. I was on there. I can't
yeah,
remember.
definitely relationship stuff, and
Yeah, yeah.
starting off the year good. This is episode. If you guys didn't tell by the title, this is episode 99.
Ooh, 100. It's coming
Episode
up.
99 to the 2000. So of course, technically we over 100, but of the video revamp, Epiphany Media, blah 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 blah. Episode 100 will be next Sunday.
I got something special up for sleeves.
True. So we'll we'll see y'all. we'll, we'll see y'all next week. Like I said, replay is up on YouTube. It'll be here on Facebook, all of the podcast places. Feel free to go back and watch and listen and check out the store and follow the Facebook and the Instagram and share and like and subscribe and all of the social media stuff that you guys have heard 1,000 times before. But do it for us. We appreciate it.
And remember to on your own.
And I don't really have a good intro to leave on, so I'll just randomly play something. We appreciate y'all, of course. Go Browns tonight is going to be
Hell of a game. Or hopefully it's a blowout. Shit.
hopefully it's a game where you can take a nap at halftime and you feel safe and secure. But be safe out there. Coronavirus is still out there. Wash your hands and be aware of everything that's going on. If y'all need us, y'all have suggestions, topics, any of that stuff, definitely hit us up. Salute to the city as always. I see y'all Wednesday for politics and next Sunday for episode number
100.
100. It's crazy. We appreciate y'all and be safe out there.
Yeah.
What you mean? I'm 30. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that. It said 30s to 40s. 30s to 40s. Hey, I had somebody tell me they thought I was 35 the other day. Like damn, 35. I look 35. Like, that's crazy.
You don't look 35, but I didn't know you was 30.
Nigga, I'm like 35. Like, I don't understand. Like, how? Well, I don't know what 35 look like. I didn't think I was 35.
You don't look like you?
Nah.
I ain't either what?
It could be the bald head. That's why. Look, that's why I'm trying to get a. I'm trying to get a. You see the male units. Like they call them. It's the man weave, but the correct term is a male unit. And I'm trying to get the male unit. It'll go like right here. It'll be faded in perfectly. I have my hairline back. I have really tell them to put it like, you know what I'm saying? I want a real hairline, so it have to be at least right here.
Where Bart at, man?
You know what I'm saying? The fresh cut, just to see how I look like.
Man, where Bart at, man?
There's somebody in Akron that do it. Look, if somebody in Akron that do it, I see him on my Instagram. I had to follow him on my Instagram because I think about it. And should I get the man weave?
You are about to experience the result of hard work and dedication from the City of Champions, Cleveland's own, 90th's finest. Self-made, hard-working entrepreneurs, unequivocally raw, no holds barred. This is Epiphany Media.